Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you guys are. Guys, so we've just had a demolition job, actually. A lot of people were talking about Inoue Fulton, and a lot of people thought that, Fulton might even win this fight because he might be too big. If I'm not mistaken, my good friend Stephen, actually, a while back said that he thinks Fulton might beat Inoue. And I said all along that Fulton's a good boxer, but Inoue would destroy him. Because the problem is with Fulton is that he had no power. So, and to be honest, he wasn't even a better boxer than Inoue. Inoue neutralized him. And Fulton was like scared to let his hands go because I think he knew what was coming back. I think Fulton's boxing skills allowed him to go to 8 rounds. The problem is that I think Inoue at a certain point realized this guy can't hurt me. This guy has no power. And eventually I'm going to land. And the thing is with Inoue, he's very good at setting up punches as well. He's very good. Like the way he got the knockout in the end, it was a jab to the body and then it was an overhand right. That's the same kind of same thing that Canelo did to Khan, although Canelo's wasn't a jab to the body, it was more of a feint, and then it just an overhand right. I mean, it was beautiful by Inoue. The way he neutralized and battered and outclassed Fulton in that, he dismantled him, really. He dismantled him round by round, and I honestly wasn't expecting it to be that one-sided, but I think we're looking at a generational talent that is somebody that is elite of the elite, and this fight was meant to be competitive, but Inoue is that good that he just neutralized him. The way he was cutting off the ring, the way he was just his shot selection. I mean, his variety of punches. It was beautiful to watch. He's a very good, exciting fighter to watch as well. I think he's pound for pound the best in the sport right now. I don't think there's anyone. Canelo. I don't think Crawford. I think the way he's like, if you look at like all the other guys, they all have struggles. Like Crawford had a tough fight with Porter. Canelo had tough fights with, even Ryder recently gave him a tough fight. You could say Plant was tough for Canelo, but this guy's just walking through, guys. He's not even having any problems. Like, it's not even like tough for him. It's like easy. I mean, that was easy. That was like comfortable. That was like the guy wasn't even in his league, and Fulton's a good fighter. And he wasn't even in his class. And how many guys has he done that to? And a lot of you are going to say, well, the competition. Well, the competition everywhere is not that great, really. But I think Inoue is just special. Now, how far this man can go in terms of weight classes, I don't know. But, I mean, this was easy. This wasn't even tough. And I'd expect the next fighter that he's going to fight, who was in the ring, I believe he's going to beat him easily as well. So then we're talking about, he's at 122. That was 122, right? So where does he move up to? Where does he move up to? It's like, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I genuinely don't know. Is he going to go to featherweight? Is he going to go to super featherweight eventually? Where's this guy's limit? Because, to be honest with you, he just no one seems, at this point, no one that he's fought seems to be on his level. So this is what I'm finding like, this was a fight that was supposed to be against a guy that was supposed to give him some trouble, and he just wiped him out. And it was his 4th weight class. He's a champion in 4 weight classes. He's probably going to become undisputed in this weight class. You can't really see anybody at 126. Who is there at 126? Who is there at 126? I mean, again, that he could easily go there and do some damage. But what he's doing is phenomenal right now. It's phenomenal. It's scary because, and I said that I think this man could be the next Manny Pacquiao. The way he's moving up weight classes and just destroying dudes. He's kind of reminding me a little bit of Manny Pacquiao, but he's doing it even more. Manny was obviously fighting better competition. I mean, Manny was fighting some all-time greats. I mean, how many Hall of Famers did Manny fight, in that period that when he was dominating? but still, nonetheless, Inoue is just a different. He's a different breed of a fighter. He's a once in a generational talent. I don't think anyone's beating this guy anytime soon in around these weight classes. I think the way he gets beat is if him jumping up a weight class and fighting somebody that's just too big. Somebody, because let's be honest, Fulton was able to absorb his punches, but even Butler, I think, went a couple of rounds and did rounds. So there are guys that are, I think he's more now that one punch. He's still got that one punch power, because with Fulton up until that point, Fulton wasn't really hurt like he was when Inoue eventually landed that overhand right. That's when his legs went and he was completely gone, Fulton. But prior to that, Fulton was he was taking the shots pretty well. So you'd assume that if Inoue keeps moving up weight, that the guys that he's gonna fight are gonna be able to absorb his punches much better because they're naturally bigger. But yeah, Inoue is really, really good. Really, really good. The fact that he was able to just easily beat Fulton, that's scary. Because Fulton, like I said, is a very good fighter. Fulton isn't your regular champion. He's a top fighter. And Inoue just washed him. He washed him. It wasn't competitive. That, for me, tells me that this man is very, very special. And I think it's gonna take somebody that's just way bigger than him to beat him. I like, some people are talking about, and this sounds crazy, some people are saying that Inoue v Tank, that's just a step too far in my opinion. I think the weight, the size there, Tank I think Tank started his career 2 weight classes above where Inoue is right now. And you would say that I can't say Inoue is at his limit. I can't, because Inoue just blew away probably the best fighter at 122. It wasn't close. So if people say, oh well, he can go up to 126. He just wiped out the 122 best fighter at 122. Wiped him out. It wasn't competitive. So there's nothing to tell me that he can't go to 126 and he can't do that there, because he just wiped out the best guy at 122. Personally, I can see him. I think he can become a 6th division world champion. I think what he should do first, I think he should look to become undisputed at 122, and then move up to 126 and see if he can become undisputed at 126. There are some good fighters at 126 though, and 130. I mean, I think there's some guys. I mean, at 130, isn't there guys like Cordina, guys like that who are really good and big as well. So Lee Wood at 126, that's the featherweight division. You got guys like Lee Wood and people like that there. So could he go, and they're big guys. I mean, they're really big guys like Lee Wood. You've got that Lopez. Yeah, that would be tough. That would be tough. Even that wouldn't be easy for him, because Lee Wood and people like that are very tough. But I think Inoue would beat Lee Wood. I do. I think Inoue is that good, and he's got such a great chin, Inoue, as well. Like, he hasn't shown shown any vulnerability yet. I think he would beat. I honestly think Inoue is special. I think Inoue beats everybody. I genuinely do. I think Inoue would. I would pick Inoue to beat everybody, even at 126, and that might be a bit far fetched, but I do. I think he beats everybody at 126 as well. I don't think there's anyone out there. I think 130 might be the max that he can go to, and he might have some problem there as well. 135, I think the talent there is too good. I think there's too many great fighters there at 135, and I think that might just be a step too far. So I think I won't be surprised that Inoue goes to 130 eventually. But I think that might be the furthest he can go, to be honest with you. I would like to see him fight at 135. But I just don't know whether that would be possible. I mean, you had guys like Shakur Stevenson at 130. I mean, the problem is that's a big jump up in weight class, So it would be kind of unfair almost to even compare, because now you're talking about a guy that Shakur's so special. I know Shakur's now at 135, but the talent at 135 is just too much, and they're too big. So yeah, I think he might end up at 130. Who knows? But I think this man is a very special fighter. I think he's the best fighter in the sport right now. And I think he's going to be very, very exciting to watch. So I'm very excited to see what the future holds. Unfortunately, there's no real super matchups for him. There's no real matchup that you would say that's a super matchup, really. And that's where I think Inoue is going to struggle to maybe cross over, even though I think his boxing is that good. But I just don't think there's matchups there for him. I don't think there's the real big super fights out there. You know, because, I mean, there isn't another superstar fighter in around these weight classes. And that's where I think Inoue is going to struggle to have. Because so far, he's had fights that are decent fights, but they're not super fights because there's no one there. I know people want him to fight Tank, but that's almost like a fantasy. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's just the weight jump and the size difference is just too much. But yeah, leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.